those of you who were here yesterday, I'm sure that you would agree that evening was filled with lots of enlightenment and a different perspective and approach to scripture. And tonight, I'm sure that Pandit is going to exceed our expectations. For those of you who are not here, please sit back and prepare to be overwhelmed. Pandit is definitely a breath of fresh air when it comes to reading scriptures. So we'd like to welcome each and every one of you. Thank you all for coming and joining in this celebration with us. And we'd like to hand over to Pandit Rajin Balgobin.
Sri Rajin Balgobin Sri Balakrishna Sri पत्यादिहेतवे तापत्रय विनाशाय श्रीकृष्णाय वयं नुमः। श्री बद्रीनारायण भगवान की जय। श्री अनंत पद्मनाभ स्वामी की जय। श्री जगन्नाथ जी महाराज की जय। श्री द्वारकाधीश भगवान की जय। वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की जय। अखंड मंडलाकारं व्याप्तं येन चराचरं तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरुवे नमः। श्री गुरु चरण सरोज रज निज मन मुकुर सुधार वरणा रघुवर विमल जस जो नायक फल बुद्धिहीन तनु जानिके सुमिरो पवन कुमार बल बुद्धि विद्या देहु मोहि हरहु कलेश मंगल भवन अमंगल हारी मंगल भवन अमंगल हारी Shri Ganesh Ji, to Shri Mahakali, to Shri Mahalakshmi, to Shri Mahasaraswati, to Ma Vaishnavi Durga, we bow down to the lotus feet of Ma, to the graceful Lord of Kailash, Bhagwan Shiv Shankar. There are 4 beautiful words that inspires us, and each one of those words are related to Shankar Bhagwan, to Bhagwan Shiva. First and foremost is Bhagwan Bhole Baba sits in a lotus posture, in a meditative pose, on a peak of Mount Kailash, Uchai. He sits at the peak, he sits at the height. He doesn't sit at the base. That is a word of inspiration for us, that we should aspire to reach the peak of our lives. Ordinary people settle for ordinary things. You know, we say the world everybody is equal. I don't believe that. I don't believe the world everyone is equal. Because you have ordinary people and you have extraordinary people. You have people who continue to dream. They continue to desire. They continue to wish for. And they could not possibly materialize those dreams. They made nothing of them. They're just dreams. But then there are those who are inspired. They set their goals and they lead a disciplined life, putting forth all efforts to do what? To achieve those goals. I'm sure there's some people whom you know 20 years ago, 20 years later, where you met them 20 years ago, that's the same place they are. They have not improved. They have not elevated themselves in any way whatsoever. They have not elevated themselves. And then there are those who will shock us. Then there are those who will surprise us. And I'm not talking about material achievements. I'm not talking about prosperity in the sense of materialism. No. But you see their growth spiritually. Bhagwan Shiva, he sits at the peak of Kailash inspiring us that we should also aspire to reach that peak. And a mountain, unless you're Krishna Bhagwan and unless you're Hanumanji, only then you can move a mountain. Only if you're Hanumanji, he carried the mountain, Krishna Bhagwan lifted it on his pinky finger. Other than that, no one can move a mountain. It stands tall. It stands firm. It doesn't bow down. A mountain doesn't compromise itself. It doesn't compromise itself. And that is what Hindus should be like. Sanatanis in this world, my dear ones, that is how confident we should be. That is how firm we should be. Ujai Sthir. And the third word is Shitalata. Kailash, we are told, is snow-clad, you know. It snows in Kailash, meaning it's cool all the time. In life, there are people who will shower praises on you. You know? There are people who are going to praise you. At the same time, there are people who are going to be very critical of you. Very critical of you. I remember a song of yesteryear. Phul mileya angare sach ki raah pe chalta chal. Phul mileya angare sach ki raah pe chalta chal. Sach ki raah pe chalta chal. Whether people shower you with flowers or with fire and brimstone, Angari, never deviate from the path of truth. Satya ko kabhi mat chhod. Do not leave the path of Satya. Do not leave the path of truth. Stay calm, stay cool. Stay calm and stay cool. Lord Shiva, Bhagwan Shankar teaches us that. And then, Bhole Baba sits all by himself. The word is Ekant. I'm sure many of you love to be in the company of your family. You love to be in the company of your friends and your colleagues. You love to be in the company of the television. You love to be in the company of your phones. But then after some time, You take the TV off, you take the phones off, and you want to be by yourselves. Isn't that so? You want some soul time. S-O-L-D time is S-O-U-L time. You want some soul time. A few moments to reconnect with yourselves. Ekam. That is why we see Shankar Bhagavan. He sits in a Shivalaya by himself. He's always seated most of the time. His mandir is built exclusively for him. That does not mean Lord Shiva doesn't get along with the other gods. That's just to tell us from time to time, we need that solitude. When you're lonely, you're going to be sad. Agree? When you're lonely, you're sad. But when you're in solitude, you're at peace. When you're in solitude, you are at peace. You are at peace. I bow down to Shankar Bhagavan. We bow down to the blessed Lord of Vaikuntha, Bhagavan Sri Lakshmi Narayana, who is no other than the Lord of Ayodhya, Bhagavan Sri Sita Rama, and the Lord of Vrindavan, Bhagavan Sri Radha Krishna. We bow down to our reverend gurus, and of course every day, Mangala Bhavan. Ye mandir to Mangala Bhavan hai. This is the abode itself of auspiciousness, where all negative thoughts, all worries and all problems and all troubles whatsoever, you leave them outside the door. Right now your BP level, BP means blood pressure level. Everybody's blood pressure level is normal. Your worst enemy can come and sit next to you and it will not affect you. Because of Mangala Bhavan. Because of Mangala Bhavan. When your mind is connected with Bhagavanji, the worst can become bearable. The worst can become bearable in life. We bow down to Sri Hanumanji on this Brihaspativar, as the Guruvar, this Thursday. Sri Hanumanji, because he is the Guru of all Gurus. Jai 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 Hanuman Gosai, Kripa Karahu Gurudev. Your Honorable Pandit Surendraji, and to all devotees who have gathered here, this is our second session of Katha. I welcome each and every one of you to our Katha on behalf of our most hospitable, most gracious and pleasant, my dear ones, hostess, Mataji Rukmani Bridgelal, her children and their extended members of their family, and to all of you who are present here, we are thankful for you for making time for Katha. I'm sure you have gone back last night and read chapter 10, verse 9 of the Gita. Kathayantas chamam nityam tushyanti cha ramanti cha. That may Katha grant your heart's contentment and bring you happiness. This is what I pray for Mataji Rukmani. This is what I pray for all of you who are part of this Katha. Not exclusively for the Jajman, but for all of us who are present here. She's giving thanks, we are told. For what? मुझे तूने मालिक बहुत कुछ दिया है, तेरा शुक्रिया है, तेरा शुक्रिया है। मुझे तूने मालिक बहुत कुछ दिया है, तेरा शुक्रिया have given me so much. ये जायदाद दिया है, ये औलाद दिया है, प्रभु मुसीबत में हर वक्त प्रभु आपने भी सहारा दिया है. You have given me so much materially. You have given me beautiful children. You have given me a beautiful family. और मुसीबत में हर वक्त, and in my difficult days, Prabhu, you are there with me. Step to step, Prabhu, you were there with me. My Master, my Lord, you were there with me. अरे तेरा ही दिया प्रभु, मैं तो खाते हूँ और पीते हूँ. And what you provide, the बैगन, the बोरा, और उसे गोदी. Like I think बैगन is बैगन in Trinidad also. The लौकी, the झींगी. Prabhu, what you provide from this earth is what I sustain myself on by eating and drinking. Prabhu, Tera Shukriya, Tera Dhanyavad, Prabhu. Thank you. This is what Mataji Rukmani ji, my dear one, is doing here, and we enter now into our second session of our Katha. It's an honor and a joy to be with each and every one of you. Bhagwan ne bahut kuch diya. Many things the blessed Lord has given us. In Ramcharitamanas, Bhole Baba is speaking to Parvati Maiya. Parvati ji is asking, "Ye Ram ji kaun hai?" And the beautiful answer is going to be given. Puche Raghupati Katha Prasanga Sakala Lok Jag Pavani Ganga. Ganga Ganga hai, Ganga Maa hai, Ganga Ram hai, Ganga Ram Bhakti hai, Ganga Ram Katha hai. Bhole Baba says, Parvati, before I tell you who is Rama, let me tell you what is Ram Katha. What is Ram Katha? Ram Katha is Ganga ji ke saman. Ram Katha is equivalent to the holy Ganga, that refreshes, that nourishes, that re-energizes, that purifies. That is Ram Katha. Parvati, you know this beautiful body that mankind has been blessed with. Some people know the value. They know the worth of this body. And some people don't. You can't force anyone. But this beautiful body has been given to us for a purpose. Chaupai. they wear jhumka, they move their head more. When they wear their jhumka, you see them moving their head more. And the jhumka, it sways like a pendulum, you know, goes back and forth. No, the ears were meant for Hari Katha. The ears were not meant to listen to gossip. The ears were not meant to listen to gossip. The ears, Bhole Baba says to Parvati Maiya, Hey Maiya, Jin Hari Katha Suni Nahi Kana, Shravana Randa Kahi Bhavana Samana. Useless are those ears. Useless are those ears that does not listen to the name of Shri Hari. In Bhojpuri, हमारे भोजपुरी के भाषा, I love Bhojpuri. It says, अखियाँ कहे हम दुनिया देखे रामा, अखियाँ कहे हम दुनिया देखे रामा, कानवा कहेला हम सुनबै पुराण, रटन करू चिधिया रे, हे राम ही राम, रटन करू चिधिया रे. You want to see the world with the eyes, and you should look at the world with the eyes. Lekin kanawa kahela hum, but the ears are saying, Sunabay Quran. I want to listen to the Katha. I want to listen to Shri Hari's name. Bhole Baba says, use your ears to listen to Bhagwan's name, not other people's name. Not for gossiping, not for listening to gossip. Then, what about the eyes? What about the eyes? Nayana hi sant darasana hi dekha, lochana mora pankha paralekha. These eyes should be used to look at good people. Because when you look at good people, it will inspire goodness in you. It will further inspire goodness in you, goodness. Sant, like I said, saints and sages are not people who wear dhoti kurta. Not people who wear orange robes and white robes and all. No. There are many householders who are saints. There are many ordinary men and women of the world who lead saintly lives. They lead godly lives, God-conscious lives. These are the saints. And what about those heads? Please don't mind. It's just a recommendation. I cannot force you. But whenever you come to the mandir, the first thing you should do is take your head and bow it at the feet of Shri Hari. Take your heads and bow it at the feet of Bhagwan, my dear ones. Kyunki Bhagwan ke charanon mein everything resides at the feet of Shri Hari. Everything resides at the feet of Bhagwan Ji. Everything resides. Bhole Baba says, those who don't bow their heads down, in Guyana we have something called calabash. It's called a goody. It comes from a fruit that grows on a tree. And it's a useless fruit. Completely useless. Unless you do what? You chop it in half, you scoop everything out from inside, and you make it a begging bowl. We call it a calabash. I don't know if you have it in Trinidad. Okay? Some people's heads are like that. Some people have useless, completely useless heads. Completely useless heads. No matter how much you try to educate them, doesn't matter how much you try to bring them back onto the gardening path, it simply makes no difference to them. No matter how much they're taught, they're not willing to surrender their ignorant heads. They're not willing to surrender that ignorant head. Bhole Baba says, those who don't surrender their heads to the feet of Hari, to the feet of the Guru, those are useless heads. And then the heart. People often ask me, how do you sing so well? Why do you sing so well? I have no musical training, none whatsoever. But I remember songs I grew up with that defines why someone would sing. Har dil jo pyar karega, wo gaana gaega, har dil jo pyar karega. Only that heart which has love will sing. Only that which has felt love, which has not only been a recipient of love, but which has also shared love with others, that heart is going to sing. That heart is going to glorify. You may place in your heart for so many people. Chances are some of them will disappoint you at some point in life. But Bhagwan does not disappoint. Keep him in your heart. Keep Prabhuji in your heart. To those people whose heart don't find place for devotion of Sri Hari, even though they look alive, they are dead. Bole Baba Sahib. This beautiful body of ours, my dear ones. Aur jo nahi kare Ram gunagana, ji hasudadur ji hasamana. And to use the tongue to do what? You know, when I do Ram Katha in Winnipeg, Canada, I had a beautiful asana. By the way, I made a grave mistake last night that I didn't compliment those who erected this beautiful Vyasasana for me. Please forgive me. But I fell in love with it the moment I saw it. I fell in love with it. In life, my dear ones, sometimes we think more is better. But for me, the simpler it is, the more beautiful it is. The simpler it is, the more beautiful it is. That I'm surrounded by nature itself. Thank you, God. Thank you for those who are responsible for this beautiful Vyasasana for me. And this is my style. This is my style of things. Bhakta Janam, to chant his name. When I do the Ram Katha in Winnipeg, they make a beautiful asana for me. And they put the bow and they put the arrow. They decorate the asana with the bow and the arrow, which is very symbolic. Sira Mukuta Kundala Tilaka Chara Udara Anga Vibhushanam Ajana Bhuja Sharacha Padhara Sangrama Chitakara Dushanam. Tulsidaji describes Bhagwan Sri Ramachandra whole. But there's something more to the bow and arrow. What is that? Look at the shape of your lips. This is Ram. Look at the shape of your lips. When you go back home tonight, the ladies who are wearing lipstick, not the men, I hope none of you are wearing lipstick. But to the ladies who are wearing lipstick, go and kiss yourself on the mirror. Go and kiss yourself on the mirror and look at the imprint. Look at the imprint it leaves on the mirror. It is the shape of the bow. The lips is the shape of the bow. And what is the arrow? Your tongue, your words. You have to be very careful. Dasharath Maharaj did not think long and hard enough before making that promise to Kaikeyi. Before making promises, please think hard and think long, my dear ones. Think hard and think long. Think hard and think long. You know, when you release a bullet from the gun, you cannot call it back. You cannot retract it. When you release an arrow from the bow, you cannot say, hey, come back. And when you speak the word from the tongue, you cannot call it back either. Sometimes our physical wounds heal. You know when you have a physical wound on the body? But when someone hurts you with their words, what happens? You remember that until then. So be careful of your words. Never use the tongue. Never use the tongue, my dear ones, to cause injury to others. To the mothers who are here, when you have your babies, there was something that was recommended to clean the tongue of your babies. What did you use to clean the tongue of your babies? Honey. Isn't that so? All of our tongues were cleaned with honey, not vinegar. Not lime juice. Not something sour, not something bitter. It was cleaned with honey. And isn't it amazing to see children growing up? Sorry to say, instead of speaking sweet words, they speak the most vulgar of words. Instead of chanting the blessed Lord's name, please, I have no issues with artists in the world. I have no issues with musicians and singers. Sometimes I question whether they're singing or making noise. But some of the songs that are written, some of the songs that are sung, they're so unholy to the ears. is so unholy. And it's all coming from the same tongue. The same tongue. Remember, it was first cleaned with honey. Anudvega param vakyam satyam priyahitam chayate swadhyaya vyasanam chayava vahmayam tapa uchyate varide varide madhurima mere आवाज में भर दे मधुरिमा मेरी आवाज में हे शिव शंकर हे अभयंकर हे शिव शंकर One of the ingredients that you do abhishekam with is honey. Isn't that so? You're doing abhishekam with honey. And you're telling Bhole Baba to fill my voice with sweetness. Fill my voice with sweetness, O Shiva, that when I sing, you will dance. And when you will dance, Parvati will dance with you. Ganeshji will dance with you. Nandi will dance with you. Your Ganas will dance with you. Kala Bhairava will dance with you, Mahadev. Bless my tongue with sweetness. Bhole Baba says to Parvati, Jo nahi kare Rama gunagana, ji haso dadur ji hasamana. Those who don't use the tongue to chant his name, useless are those tongues. So this beautiful body of ours, Ram Katha, Bhole Baba, Lord Rajin Balgobin, Shankar Bhagwan, Lord Shiva, Bholenath is telling us how we should utilize the ears, the eyes, the mouth. Okay? We go back to our Bhagavad. Narad Muni last evening is told by Mother Bhakti, you help Prahalad, you help Dhruva, please help my two sons. Narad Muni says, Vritha khede yase bale, aho chitta pura katham, Shri Krishna charanam bhojam smaradutham gamishyati. Hey Devi, don't worry. When things don't go right in life, and there's no guarantee that things are going to go right all the time. But why the weather don't even stay the same? The weather changes. The flow of the wind, the force by which the wind flows, that also changes. And guess what? People change. People also change. Nothing stays the same. Nothing stays the same. And when there's a change, sometimes it's for better, and sometimes not so better, is that so? Some of us can handle changes. Some of us are more equipped to handle changes, and some of us are not. What should you do? जब कोई बात बिगड़ जाए ना, जब कोई मुश्किल पड़ जाए ना. Mrs. Ramdhan says she don't like you to speak too much. Mrs. Ramdhan says you should sing more. Then Tara will say to me, please don't sing so much. We want to hear you speak more. So, Bapre, how do I do? How do I satisfy my Yajman? She says, listen to me. I'll listen to both of you. जब कोई बात बिगड़ जाए, जब कोई मुश्किल पड़ जाए, तुम देना साथ मेरा, ओ हमदवा। जब कोई बात बिगड़ जाए, जब कोई मुश्किल पड़ जाए, तुम देना साथ मेरा, ओ हमदवा। न कोई है, न कोई था, जिंदगी में तुम्हारे सिवा, तुम देना साथ मेरा, ओ हमदवा। When everyone is going to fail you, Krishna Bhagwan will not fail you. Ramachandra will not fail you. Shankar Bhagwan, Bholenath will not fail you. Durga Mata will not fail you. Your Hanumanji will not fail you. I speak to you with confidence. I have a surprise for you, but I'll give you 2 days later. Bhagwan will not let you down. He will never let you down. Never let you down. Nadamuni is telling us, Nadamuni is speaking to Bhakti and saying, when problem comes in life, when difficulty comes in life, take your mind to Bhagwanji's feet. Shri Krishna Charanam Bhojam. Shri Krishna Charanam Bhojam. Take your mind to the feet of Lala. Narada tells her, you are very dear to him. Rukmani ji, how old are you? Yes. 73 years old. How old were you when you got married? 16. And when you got married, I'm not sure if you called your husband by his name or not. Isn't that strange? This generation of lovely personalities, they never call their husbands by name. My mother was one of them too. Hey, boy. That's what they used to say. Hey, my mother used to say to my father, boy, you want to eat now? Shall I take your food out? And when she has to refer to him, she will say Satish Daddy or Devi Daddy or Raja Daddy. She would have said Devika Daddy and Indira Daddy and Nadira Daddy and Romani. This was there. I think it's the most romantic thing. I find it very romantic. Today, Tara calls her husband honey. The husband Shiva calls her honey. Sweetheart, darling. That's what modern day people call each other, husbands and wives. Okay, how many years of marriage you had? Long time. In those many years, did he ever say, I love you, Rukmini? Huh? Oh my God. Now supposedly, you're married for 50 years, 50 saal. And in those 50 years, you know, the older generation were never open to sharing their emotions publicly. They never did it publicly the way people do it today. So in 50 years, one day, Mr. Bridgelal is walking out of the yard and suddenly says to Rukmani, hey Rukmani, or hey Rukmaniya, I love you. She would have said, what's wrong with you today? Get out of here. She would have scolded him and chased him out of the yard. Then later on in the house when she's cooking, you know, she's turning the tarkari and the karai, she would smile to herself. After 50 years, the fool tells me he loves me. I have to wait 50 years. But when someone tells you they love you, does it not make you feel nice? Does it not make you feel good? Absolutely it does. What about when Krishna Bhagwan says that I love you? How should you feel? Chapter 18, verse 65 of the Bhagavad Gita. Manmana bhava madbhakto madhyaji मामे वैश्यसी सत्यम ते प्रतिजाने प्रियोस्मि मे. Krishna Bhagavan says, Priyosmi me. Bhagavan says, you are dear to me. Bhagavan says to myself and all of us who are present here, it's not Arjuna alone who is dear to him, but we are very dear to him. We are very dear to him. And that makes me feel good. Narad Muni tells Mother Bhakti, don't worry. Bhagavan is not indifferent to our suffering. Bhagavanji is not indifferent to. He doesn't close his eyes, he doesn't turn away from us in life. No, he's always there with us. Don't worry, we will find an answer. We are told he goes to Badrinath. In Badrinath he meets the 4 Sanat Kumaras. The 4 Sanat Kumaras says to Naradji, kya hua? Naradji says, I'm in search of a solution. I have to revive Gyan and Vairagya. How can this be done? And the 4 Sanat Kumaras says to him, there's only one medium by which you can do this. Katha Bhagavata Stapi Nityam Bhavati Yad Grihe Tad Griham Tirtharupam Hi Vasatam Papanashanam. Let me repeat this shloka for you. Katha Bhagavata Stapi Nityam Bhavati Yad Grihe Tad Griham Tirtharupam Hi Vasatam Papanashanam. You know what this Bhagavat is? This Bhagavat is Sarva Tirtha Tadagriham Tirtharupam Hi. All the Tirthas, Gangecha, Yamunecha, Godavari, Saraswati, Narmada, Sindhu, Kaveri, they all reside here in Bhagavat. They all reside here in Bhagavat. Vasatam, Sarva Papanashanam. And that can do what? Deliver us from our sins. Can purify us. Can purify us. This is the power that is in Bhagavat. This is the power that is in Bhagavat. Narad Muni, this is the best medium by which to revive Gyan and Vairagya. Our dear Narad Muni, my dear ones, went on the bank of the Ganga. He goes on the bank of Mother Ganga, and a host of saints and sages are going to recite the first Bhagavad Katha. The world's first Bhagavad Katha, Bhaktajanam, is read at the bank of Gangaji. And there we are told, after listening to Srimad Bhagavatam, Vamai Murti Pratyaksha Vartate Hari Sevana Shravata Patha Darshanat Papanashini Darshanat Papanashini. Ye to Pratyaksha Vartate Hari. This is Sri Hari himself. Ye Amar Granth hai, Mukti Pant hai, Panchama Veda Nirala, Navajoti Jagane Vana. You have the 4 Vedas. And the only other book that holds the status of the 5th Veda is Srimad Bhagavatam. This is the only book. This is the Pancham Veda that is called Srimad Bhagavatam. When they heard Bhagavad Katha, Bhakti Sutoto Taruno Grihitva Preme Karupa Sahasa Virasi Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murare Natheti Namani Murvadanti. Bhakti Sutoto Taruno Grihitva Preme Karupa Sahasa Virasi Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murare Natheti Namani Muhurvadanti. Hey Shaunakadi Rishi, you know what happened? After completing the Bhagavatam, the 2 sons of Mother Bhakti, they were what? They were rejuvenated. And they got up and they danced in ecstasy. Bhakti Sutta, the sons of Mother Bhakti, they became young again. They were rejuvenated again. They were rejuvenated. And then Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murare Natheti Namani Muhurvadanti. They began to sing the praises of Shri Hari. Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murare We may think we have the world of time, but you don't. You never know when the life force of this body, when the life force is going to leave this body. You never know when you'll have to leave everything, and everything goes back. The elements go back to their respectful abode. You never know. So therefore, maximize time. Don't procrastinate. Don't put things off. Don't put things off. जो कल करना है आज कर ले, जो आज करना है अब कर ले. We sing a beautiful song, "Ajag musafir bhor bhai." One of the lines says, "जो कल करना है आज कर ले." What you have to do tomorrow, do it today. What you have to do today, do it now. Do it now. Ab kar. So Bhagavatam revives Gyan and revives Vairagya. That one day we have to leave everything and go. The other katha that comes is an interesting one. It's about Atmadev and Bhunduli. More famous, you know, the two sons, Gaukara and Bhundukari. You get it? This is their time. Sometimes in life we must say that you have the perfect pair. You have a husband who is most suitable for the wife and a wife who is most suitable for the husband. In this case, you have the most mismatched pair. In this case, Atmadev, look at the name Atmadev. One who knows his soul is godlike. He's called Atmadev. And the wife's name is Bhunduli. You know what is Bhunduli? Bhunduli means an empty pot. Bhunduli means an empty pot that makes plenty of noise. Bhunduli's character is a character that moves house to house and collects news. She loves to listen to gossip. You get it? This lady's character, this Bhunduli's character, my dear, is a very interesting one. Atmadev goes and prays for a son. He receives a fruit from a sage. Prasad. I think we in the West Indian community, we eat too much prasad. I don't think we eat too much, I think we're given too much. We think the more we give, the better it is. But I honestly believe prasad should be more than a chamach. Prasad should be more than a spoon, a simple tablespoonful. Because what happened? I know about Trinidad, but in Guyana, they leave all of it in the temple. Many times you have to go back and pick up bags and bags of prasad. They discard it because it's too much. And the health conscious people of the world today, they can eat all the Cadbury chocolates they want, all the Ferrero Rocher they want, they get all the pera they want. But when it comes to prasad, oh, this is unhealthy for me. Too much of ghee, too much of ghee, too much of sugar. Yeah. Please do not disrespect prasad. Prasad, 3 words. Prabhu Sakshat Darshan. Panditji will tell you, we do not offer prasad to the Lord. We offer naivedya to the Lord. And what is given back to us is prasad. We offer naivedya, and what is given back is prasad. It's a special gift. It's a special gift that is offered back to us that should not be disrespected. Please take a little bit, I tell people. Do not throw it, or feed an animal if you wish, but don't throw it in the dustbin. Do not throw away prasad like that. He brings this fruit and gives it to Bhunduli. Bhunduli says, I don't want to become a mother. If I become a mother, I will lose my social life. I'm going to gain weight. She says, I'm going to have to wake up at 2 o'clock in the morning to feed a crying baby. And when the baby is all soiled up, the baby will soil up all my clothes. I don't want a child like a modern day soap opera. What does she do? She pretends to be pregnant. She takes that fruit, which is a mango, she throws it into the Gaushala. Symbolically, we are told Gau Mata gave birth to a child with ears that shaped like a cow. Hence his name was Gaukara. And she pretended she was expecting a child. And she did what? She bought someone else's child. She bought someone else's child. You know, I went to a wedding one time. I generally don't perform weddings, 1 per year maybe, because I don't like the activities that are associated with weddings. Today the wedding is more of a party than puja. I think we all know that. And I do not associate myself with such. Find someone else who will do it. I went to a wedding and the Panditji gave a speech and spoke about Pativrata Nari. And the example he gave of a Pativrata Nari was Gandhari. You know who's Gandhari? The wife of Dhritarashtra in Mahabharata. And he was praising Gandhari. And I'm sitting there thinking, what is there so worthy to praise Gandhari? I'll explain it to you. He says how wonderful Gandhari was. That when Gandhari found out her husband could not see, Dhritarashtra was blind, Gandhari took a cloth and she tied her eyes. Gandhari says, if my husband cannot see the world, I should not see the world either. And he praised Gandhari. What a lady. But do you know that was the biggest mistake Gandhari made? That was the biggest mistake Gandhari made in Mahabharata. Why? She should have become a pair of eyes her husband did not have. You understand that? When parents turn a blind eye to their children's activities, when parents turn their blind eye, figuratively speaking, then Duryodhana, then Dushasana, look how violent, wicked they become. Look how adharmic they become. Because why? Their parents can't see anything that they're doing. And there are some parents in the world, it doesn't matter how many wrongs their children are doing. It doesn't matter how many complaints come about those children. They do what? They turn a blind eye. You think you're doing good. You're not. Learn from Mahabharata. Learn from Mahabharata, my dear ones. This Kundali, in the presence of a personality like Kundali, a mother like Kundali, imagine what Kundukari became. Mothers, it's not your duty alone to feed your children milk. It is not your duty to make roti and chapatis. It is your duty to feed your children values. It's your duty to feed your children sanskar. Teach them from an early age to say Ram Ram, yes. Teach them Ram on their lips. Teach them to say I'm sorry. Teach them to say please. Teach them to respect our elders. Teach them to say Nana and Nani and Aja and Aji and Chacha and Chachi and Mamu and Mami. Not Auntie and Uncle. Teach them these beautiful words. That is the duty of a mother, not Panditji and I. It's not the Pandit's duty to educate your children. The children's guru are the parents. The children's guru are the parents. This Kundali, a corrupt individual as she was, imagine how much she corrupted Kundukari. Today I'm sure you have read in the news, sometimes parents, abuse is meted out to parents by the hands of their own children. Children themselves are abusing their parents in their old age, throwing them out of the house, putting them in shelters. This is what some children are doing today. Atmadev could not bear the abuse, we are told, and Atmadev leaves the home, leaves it. Kundali, my dear one, she dies. And Kundukari had 5 special friends. He had 5 special lady friends who had taken everything away from him. You know what lust does, right? When a man falls under the mode of lust, that is the path of hell. Lust is one of the paths for destruction. Under the mode of lust, the man leaves his wife, he leaves his children, he gives up his property, he spends everything he owns materially, only on satisfying the needs. And when these 5 women come to know, this Kundukari has nothing for us, why do we need him? We are told he was murdered. He dies a very brutal death in Bhagavatam. No one performed the final rites for him. No one performed a tarpana, no one performed a shraddha, no one even performed proper antin sanskar for him. Day sanskar. So what happened? Instead of becoming a pitra, he became a pret, a wandering pret. And one day the brother Gaukaran gets to know of this. Gaukaran, my dear ones, seeks the answer on how to revive his brother. How to revive his brother? Bundukari. He prays to whom? Adi Deva Namastubhyam Prasidha Namabhashkara Divakara Namastubhyam Prabhakara Namostuti. He prays to Surya Bhagwan. You know, I was listening to a katha. Please don't mind. There was a katha going on live on a radio station as I was coming to this area. And the Panditji who was reciting Bhagavatam, he made a comment that kind of upset me. And the comment was, Gayatri Mantra should only read by Brahmins. Now generally, Pandit Surendraji, we on the Vyasapith, we chant Gayatri. Now, do you think I should say to my congregation, only you who are Brahmins, only you chant, and who are non-Brahmins, keep your mouth shut? Come on, this is a kindergarten level Hinduism or what? Surya Bhagwan does not shine for Brahmins alone, he doesn't shine for Kshatriyas alone, he doesn't shine for Vaishyas alone and Shudras alone, he doesn't even shine for the gods alone, it shines for everyone. And let no one say to you, you cannot chant the Gayatri Mantra. Let no one say to you, you are not entitled to chant the Gayatri Mantra. That is ignorance to the highest level. That is ignorance to the highest level. We Brahmins, my dear ones, are not meant to segregate people. We are to bring souls together. We are to bring people together, bring them closer to Bhagwan. In what way we can get them closer to Bhagwan? Because guess what? The world wants you. The world wants you. The world is ready to take you away. Instead of coming here on a Thursday night, you should probably be at the social. You should probably be at the party. You should probably be at the barbecue. You should probably be at your friend's home. But instead, we brought you to Bhagavad. We need you. Therefore, we cannot exclude you. We cannot exclude. The Gayatri belongs to everyone. To everyone, the Gayatri belongs. Bhakti Janu. It is Surya Narayana Bhagwan himself who tells Gaukaran, have a Bhagavad. It is going to revive your brother. It is going to bring solace to his soul. It is going to deliver him from Preta to Pitra. And we are told Gaukaran arranges a Bhagavad. And he put the bamboo, just like we have a long piece of bamboo here, with 7 joints. And each day there was a crack in the joint. Gundukari's Atma, the prayed Atma, went inside her. And symbolically, after each session, the bamboo would crack, symbolically. And at the end, it gave the sign that he was liberated. So just to tell you this katha, there are many lessons to derive, but the most important is Bhagavad will also bless our beloved, our late Mr. Bridgelal. Bhagavad is not just for Rukmani ji and her children and all of you who are alive. Your ancestors are going to be blessed. Your pitris are going to be blessed. Your mother and father, Rukmani. Your Aja and Aji, your Nana and Nani, your husband. They're all going to be blessed by Bhagavad. Bhagavad is not for the living alone. Bhagavad is for pitris also. It's an offering. You don't forget where you come from. Don't be that ungrateful to forget where you come from. This is why we have Pitri Paksh. Pitri Paksh is a beautiful time to remember your ancestors. Do good karma, feed the poor, give clothing to widows, give clothing to the elders, to little children. You'll see what blessings you're going to derive from your lives. Bhagavad Katha, Humko Pyara Pyara, Bhagavad Katha, Sabko Pyara Pyara. Bhagavat is also for our dearly departed. Bhagavat benefits all. Bhagavat benefits everyone. Srimad Bhagavatam Pratyaksha Krishna Evahi Swikotosi Mayanatha Mukyartham Bhavasagare Manoratho Maniyoyam Safala Sarvatatmaya Nirvigni Neva Kartavyo Dasoham Tavakeshava. Yes, Bhagavatam. Manoratho Maniyoyam. Think about the things you didn't have 30 years ago and which you thought you could never have in life that you have today. Think about the first time you saw a lady in a beautiful sari and you said to yourself, when will I get the sari for myself? Now you have so many saris, you don't even know which one to wear. When you saw someone driving a car and you said to yourself, when will I own my own car? And now you have multiple cars parked in the garage. Remember those days? Someone is listening. Someone is ready to fulfill your desire. Manoratho madiyoyam sarvatatvayam nirvigne neva kartavyo. And we all want things to run smoothly. Bhagavatam says, keep your mind with Shri Krishna. This is the greatness of Srimad Bhagavatam. Now I give you Bhagavad Mahapuran itself. It opens my ears with a beautiful shloka. ठीक है? Janmadhyasya yato vayadirata Jyateshu vigyasvarat Tene brahma hridaya adi kavaye Mukhyanti yasuriya Tejo vari mrida yatha vinimayo Yatra trisargo mesha Dhamma svena sada nirasta kuhakam Satyam param dhimahi. Ramayana begins with the word Varna. Varnanam Arthasandhanam Rasanam Chandasalavi. Gita begins with the word Dharma. Dharma Kshetre Kurukshetre Samaveta Yutsavaha. Bhagavatam begins with the word Janma. Three beautiful words. Janma means coming into existence. Who came into existence? The Varna came into existence. These different grades of human beings came into existence. And the Gita is there for what? To teach us our dharma. Gita is there, my dear ones, to remind us, to tell us what is expected of us. What is expected of us? These three beautiful books, they intertwine with each other. They're all related to each other. They're not separate from each other. They're not separate. Bhagavatam says we bow down to Satyam Param Dhimahi, to that highest truth. There's no truth beyond this truth. Please don't mind. In Christianity, we are given the Son of God. Isn't that so? In Christianity, God didn't come. The Son of God came, right? In Islam, God didn't come. The messenger of God came. Isn't that so? Please correct me if I'm wrong. In Christianity, the Son of God came. In Islam, the messenger of God came. But who came in Sanatana Dharma? God Himself came. Kaushalya says to Vishnu Bhagwan, I want a son like you. Vishnu Bhagwan says, there's no one else like me, I myself will come. Avadh mein aanand bhayo jai Raghuvar Lal ki. Avadh mein aanand bhayo jai Raghuvar Lal ki. We have God, Krishna Bhagavan Bhagavatam is not someone's son. Ramji is not someone's son. They're not someone's messenger. That's God himself. That's Bhagwan himself. When Devaki and Vasudeva saw him in the jail cell in Bhagavatam, Krishna Bhagwan is going to release Mother Devaki and Vasudeva from the jail cell. And Vasudeva and Devaki are looking at him. They're all grown up. They remember the dark night when he appeared in the jail cell and he instructed them, he commanded them to take him across the Yamuna to Gokul. Devaki and Vasudeva, they want to hug him. But Devaki and Vasudeva says, no, that's not our son. That is Bhagwan. Beautiful scene. That is Bhagwan. And what did Kaushalya see? When Kaushalya had all prepared Ramachandra for sleeping, she goes into the kitchen. See it? You know that episode in Ramayana? And then she sees Ramachandra in the puja place. And then she's thinking, wait a minute, I just left him in the cradle. She rushes to the cradle, she sees him in the cradle. She looks back again, she sees him in the puja place. She looks back again, she sees him in the cradle. Oh, Narayan, what are you doing to me? How can he be in two places at the same time? That is Vishnu Bhagwan. Bhagwan himself, Satyam Param Dhimani. He is the cause of existence. This is what Bhagavatam says. Janmadhasya. We meditate on that transcendental reality, that Bhagwan whom this universe came from, who created this universe. And then the third shloka is my favorite. Nigamakalapataroragalitam phalam Shukamukadamritadrava samyutam Pibata 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 bhagavatam rasamalayam Mohuraho rasika bhuvi bhavuka. A beautiful shloka. It says the Vedas became a tree. The Vedas, Nigamakalapataroragalitam phalam. And what's the most beautiful part of a tree, aside from the flower, is the fruit. Now, I'm so happy that Indira, I don't know if it's Indira's inspiration or whose inspiration to give me mango leaves. But I'm looking for the mangoes. There's no mango. Who wants a mango tree that doesn't give mangoes? You want a mango tree that gives mangoes, so please put mangoes, plastic one or some mangoes tomorrow.
She wanted to put apples on the mango tree.
Why not? How can a mango tree bear apples? In Trinidad, in Guyana, it's the same thing. Almost every Hindu home had a mango tree. Any and everyone who owned their own land, they planted mango trees. Because that is the king of all fruits. The mango. This Vedas became a beautiful tree. And this tree gave us a fruit. And that fruit is Bhagavat. Like Guyana, in Trinidad also, is the bird. The bird can sense which one of the mangoes on the tree has a higher concentrate of sugar. And it goes and pecks on it. We call them bird-bitten mangoes. Bird-bite mangoes, we call them in Guyana. And those are the sweetest mangoes. Shukadev Mahamuni, with the face of a parrot, he goes and he does what? He feeds off of this fruit. And you know when you eat mangoes, what happens sometimes? Some people like to eat mangoes with fork and knife. You can't enjoy a mango like that. You have to relish it in the hands, isn't that so? You have to relish it, and then suddenly you have to do what? Especially the juicy mangoes, isn't that so? Bhagavatam is saying, as Shukadeva is pecking on the mango, the juices are flowing from his lips. The juices are flowing from his lips, and he's telling all of us, Pibata, 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 drink, drink, drink. Bhagavata rasamalayam muhuraho rasika bhuvi bhavuka. Take this drink of Bhagavad. Take this, partake of this drink. So many years of Bhagavad, so many years of Ramayana. Shouldn't it enlighten us a little bit? Shouldn't we know more about right and wrongs in life? Shouldn't we know what to engage in and what to avoid? Shouldn't we know by now what is healthy and what is unhealthy for us? So many years we've been listening to great preachers and great teachers and great pundits, and yet we're committing the same goofy mistakes again and again. Yet we're committing the mistakes again and again. Awaken the human beings within. Awaken that human being within. Are pile, 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 Hari Naam na pyara. Are pile, 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 Hari Naam na pyara. Isko bhi kare aur bina kare, isko bhi kare aur bina kare. Pancha tu matwala, matwala, Hari Naam na pyara. Hare pile, pile, Hari Naam na pyara. Bhajan amrit पीने वाले, राम नाम जप जीने वाले, फिर क्यों रहा उदास? You have tasted the name of Ram. You have tasted the name of Krishna. Be inspired. Be pleased. Be blessed for giving this opportunity. I have to introduce to you a few characters. Who is the writer of Bhagavad Mahapuran? His name is Vedavyas. Narayanam namaskritya narottamam devim saraswatim vyasam tato jayam mudirayet namostute vyasa vishala buddhi प्रज्वालितो ज्ञानमया प्रदीपः भवतानुदितप्रायं यशो भगवतो ममलं येन वासो न तुष्येत मन्येत दर्शनमखिलं यथा धर्मादयस्यात्मं मुनिवर्यानुकीर्ततात् न तथा वासुदेवस्य महिमायनुवर्णितः. Vedavyas, he's in his senior years, he's an old man. He has just completed Mahabharata. In the Mahabharata you have the Bhagavad Gita. But he's very sad. He looks, not his usual self. So Narad Muni comes again. Narad Muni says, "What's wrong, Vyasji?" Vyasji says, "I don't know. I feel that I have not given my best to the world yet." What do you mean, Vyasa? You have compiled the Vedas, you have the Upanishads, you have the Puranas, you wrote the Mahabharata. What do you mean you have not given your best yet? He says, "I don't know. I feel a sense of frustration overcomes Vedavyasa." Narad Muni smiles. Narad Muni smiles and says, "You know why you feel this way? Tell me, Narad, because you have not sung his praises yet. You have not fully glorified him yet. You have not fully glorified him yet. Bhavatanu Prayam Yasho Bhagavato Malam Yasha. You have not given his majesty and his glory yet to the world." In the Mahabharata, only when Arjuna is in trouble, Krishna Bhagwan comes. You've seen the Mahabharata production on TV. When Draupadi is in trouble, then Krishna Bhagwan makes an appearance. Right? But Vyasji, you should write a book from book 1, from the first chapter to the last. It should be all about Sri Hari. It should be all about Sri Hari. People are going to ask, who was that speaker on the battlefield? Who was he who spoke the Bhagavad Gita? The world wants to know who he is. You have to tell the world who he is. And this is how Bhagavad came into being. Vyasji decides to write now, who is this Krishna? Who is the Sri Hari? Matsya Kurma Varaha Narsimha Vahana Parashurama, Rama, Krishna. All the avatars are going to be listed in Srimad Bhagavatam. One lesson I derive here. You know, some people think when they get old, then they will go to God. Then they will go to Mandir, then they will go to Satsang. As if God is running a old age home. God is running a old age home. You know, when you get old, that's the time to remember God. When you're young, dunya ka maza le lo, dunya hamari hai. When you're young, you want to do what? Enjoy the world, party, socialize. Isn't that so? And then you say when you get old, I will remember God then. I remember one time I was going to a katha, and an old lady with a stick, she flags my car down. I told the driver, please stop, let's help her. We picked her up, she could hardly walk. She says, can you drop me 5 or 6 houses away? Can you take me? I said, sure, please come into the car. As she's coming into the car, she's complaining about her aches and pains. And you know what she kept saying? Oh, I pay for my deed. I pay for my deeds. I'm paying for my deeds. That's all she kept on saying. And I told my driver, who was my shishya, my disciple, I said, are you listening to what she's saying? In her old age, she has realized that what she should have done in her young days. What she should have done in her young days, now she is regretting it in her old age. Please don't be one of these people. Go to Bhagwan at a young age. Begin serving at a young age. Be a bhakta at a young age and continue into your golden years. Continue into your golden years. Second lesson from this katha. Don't think because you're old, you don't have much to give the world. Don't think because you're old, you cannot teach the world. You have a lot to give to the world. I love to sit with my seniors because they have lived life longer than me. They have gone through more difficult days. They have gone through more trying times, and they have a lot of lessons to teach us. So therefore, spend some time with your seniors. You can still give to the world. You can still give to them. We have to meet now another group of individuals. We're going to meet the widow of Abhimanyu. So we met the writer of Bhagavad, his name is Veda Vyas. Now who's going to be the speaker, who's going to be the listener? We have to fight. We have to figure out who they are. Arjuna had a son by the name of Abhimanyu. Abhimanyu was killed in the Mahabharata war. Abhimanyu's widow, her name is Uttara. You know, some people, when you forgive them, they realize their mistakes and they change their ways. Some people, when you forgive them, it doesn't matter at all to them. This was Ashwatthama. Ashwatthama, Mahabharata war was ended, and Mother Uttara, she is with child, she's in an expecting stage, and Ashwatthama sees Uttara, and Ashwatthama sends the arrow, because Ashwatthama wants to kill that baby in her womb. And what does she do? Pahi pahi mahayogin deva deva jagadpate nanyam tvad bhayam pashye yatra mrityuhum parasmaram abhidravati mamisha sharasya pasu vibhu kamam dahatu mam natha mami garbho nipatyata. Pahi pahi mahayogin deva deva jagadpate. She runs to Krishna. Runs to Lala and she says, Krishna, save me. She says, no, don't save me, don't save me. Save my baby, Krishna. Save my baby. Save my baby. Bhakta-jana. Mothers who are here, supposedly the doctor says there's a complication in the delivery. Supposedly the doctor says 50-50 chance. Mother, if you want the baby to survive, you will die. And And if we save you, oh mother, the baby will die. What would your mothers do? The mothers would say to the doctor, please save my baby. This is Mother Uttara. Mother Uttara says, I don't want my baby to die. Incidentally, I'd like to share this with you. You know, many times young mothers, they experience miscarriages. Okay? Teach them this mantra of Bhagavatam. Young ladies who have experienced miscarriages, teach them this mantra to Sri Krishna for the safety of the child. My Guruji says this is what we should tell the congregation. This mantra was so powerful that Krishna Bhagavan did what? Krishna Bhagavan entered into the womb. He appeared in the womb of Mother Uttara and protects the baby. He protects that fetus because that fetus is going to grow and come into the world as Maharaj Parikshit. That fetus is going to mature, come into the world as Maharaj Parikshit. Now all of us should have an idea who's Parikshit. So we met two characters. A dear mother called Uttara, who taught us the power of prayer, that when you're in problems, go to Bhagavan. She ran to Krishna, and Krishna Bhagavan saved the baby. He's coming out into the world as Maharaj Parikshit. There's another great lady. And who is this great lady? Her name is Kunti. Nobody wants to name their children Kunti today. They want to name their daughters Krishna. Nobody wants to name their daughter Kunti today because that's not a nice sounding name. They want to name their daughter Kimberly. Who wants to name their daughter Kunti? But let me tell you about this great lady called Kunti. Who was she? She was the Rakhi sister of Vasudevji. She was the cousin, Rakhi sister cousin they call it, of Vasudevji. So she is like Krishna Bhagavan's Bua. You know, we say Bua. Mother Kunti is Krishna Bhagavan's Bua. One day, Mother Kunti, the mother of the Pandavas, the world's first single mother, she gave birth to Karna. Lots of history with Mother Kunti. See? She prays to Krishna Bhagavan. What does she say? Namaste Purusham Tvaya Vishwaram Prakriti Param Alakshman Sarva Bhutanam Tare Viharasthitam Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nanda Gopa Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha Namaha Pankajanabhaya Namaha Pankajamalini Namaha Pankajanetraya Namaste Pankajagraye. He says, Krishna, I'm ignorant, you are. Yes, Nana. I don't know everything. There's a lot that I don't know. That's what it means to be ignorant. Don't take it always as an insult. Admit there are many things we don't know. But she says, I make obeisance to you. I bow down to you, Krishna, because I know you dwell right here within me. You're within my heart, and you're outside of the world. You're Krishna, you're Vasudevaya, you're the son of Vasudeva, you are the son of Devaki, you are the foster son of Nanda Baba, you're Govinda, Namaha Pankajanabhaya. She tells him, you're the one from whose navel the lotus sprouts. You come into the temple and you greet Vishnu Bhagavan, isn't that so? You greet Lakshmi Narayan, the Vajsheshaya. That beautiful murti of Bhagavan Shri Vishnu. You see the lotus sprouting from his navel where Brahmaji sits. Namaha Pankajamalini. You wear a garland of lotus. Namaha Pankajanetraya. You have lotus petaled eyes. Your eyes are shaped like the lotus flower. Now, you are the beauty of the lotus flower. Now, when Tulsi Dasji read this shloka in Bhagavatam, Tulsi read, Krishna has the lotus sprouting from his navel, Krishna has a garland of lotus flowers, Krishna has lotus petal eyes. Tulsi Das was inspired. And what did Tulsi write? नव कंजलोचन कंज मुख कर कंज पद कंजारुणम श्री रामचंद्र कृपालु भज मन पारण भव भय दारुणम पारण भव भय नव कंजलोचन कंज मुख कर कंज पद कंजारुणम श्री रामचंद्र कृपालु भज मन पारण भव भय दारुणम पारण भव भय दारुणम इति भगति तुलसीदास शंकर शेष मुनि मनरंजनम मम हृदय कंज निवास गुरु भावादि कल गंगन. Isn't that the Tulsi road? Navakanjalochana kanja mukhakara kanja pada kanja from Ramachandra. Navakanjalochana Rama, you have very attractive eyes. Ramji, you have a very attractive smile. You have very attractive hands. You have very attractive feet. Tell me, which part of Rama and Krishna is not attractive? What is there that is not attractive about it? The same thing Kunti Maya is telling Krishna Bhagavan. Now you know when somebody comes to sweet talk you, right? You know when somebody is coming to sweet talk you, they want something. Isn't that so? When they want something from me, they know how to come and butter me. They not only bring butter, they bring cheese. And then I would say, hold on, what really do you want? What really do you want? Ravi will look at my shawl, he will look at my dhoti, he will say, Gurji, that's very nice. That's a very nice pattern. And the color is so nice and all. I said, Ravi, what do you really want? And then I give it to him. I would give it to him. And then one katha later, some young girl is wearing it. Just like how he wooed me, some young girl wooed him. And he gifted my shawl. A young lady came to me and said, young lady, this shawl looks very familiar. She smiles. I said, who gave it to you? She smiled again. Come on, this is my shawl, isn't it? We all know when someone comes to praise us, they want something. Mother Kunti, Buaji, what do you want? Kya chahiye? What do you want? Vipadaha sanduna shashvatatra tatra jagadguru bhavato darshanam yasyada punarbhava darshanam. You know what she says, Krishna? May calamities befall us. May calamities befall us every step into eternity, through eternity. Because in adversity alone we remember you. Dukh mein sumiran sab kare, dukh sumiran sab kare, sukh kare na ko, jo sukh mein sumiran kare, to dukh kahe ko hoye, sukh ke माथे सिर परे नाम हरि का जा, बलिहारी वा दुख की पल पल नाम रटा, तेरा पल पल बीता जा, दुख से जप ले नमः शिवाय. which I think 99% of the world does. 350 days of the year, they don't go to temple. 350 days of the year, they do not listen to bhajan, to kirtan, much less to join in chanting of bhajan and kirtan. But the moment problem comes, let's go mandir. Let's go book now. Let's go to some jyotish. They will recommend some puja, they will recommend some prayer, and will solve our problems right away. I wish to know who has such power today. I really wish to know who has such power today to solve our problems instantaneously. It doesn't happen like that. What is the blessing behind problems? Look at this now. There's a blessing behind problems. It makes you remember God. This is what Mother Kunti says. Prabhu, because only when we're sad, we remember you. And we don't ever want to forget you. This is the beauty behind problems. When we go through challenges in life, we complain. We complain. We get angry towards our loved ones. We get angry towards destiny. We get angry towards God, towards Bhagwan. It's a glorious opportunity to remember purpose. Mahatma Gandhi says, forget everything you want and give up everything you want in life. Lekin kabhi Ram and Krishna ko mat chhodna. Do not leave Ram and Krishna. Leave everything else, but don't leave. This evening, we looked at the usage of the eyes, the ears, the tongue. Bhole Baba speaking to Parvati Maiya. I gave you the conclusion of Mother Bhakti's, the rejuvenation of her two sons through the Bhagavad Mahapuran, which was read by the Sanat Kumaras. I told about a mismatched pair called Atmadev and Gunduli, and the story of Gokaran and Bundukai. That we as a brother can pray for another brother. Bhagavatam also pleases the Atma of our dearly departed. Bhagavatam is for also our Pitris. Bhagavatam is the fruit of the Vedas that is given to us to partake. Bhagavatam is written by Vyasji. In his senior years, he feels that he has not given his best to the world. Thus, Narad Muni tells him to compose Bhagavad Mahapuran. Mother Uttara, who was going to give birth to Raja Parikshit, that baby was protected by Sri Krishna through the medium of prayers. Mother Kunti stands tall before Sri Krishna and praises him and tells him, may calamities befall us into eternity. This is Sukha ke mathe silapare, naam hari ka jai, balihari va dukha ki. Blessed is that misery that has brought me closer to my Maker. Blessed is that misery that has brought me closer to my Prabhu, my Lord. We meet again, my dear ones, tomorrow evening for our third session of Katha. We're going to meet Maharaj Parikshit. We're going to meet Kalyu. We're going to meet Samik Rishi and his illustrious son called Sri Rishi, who is going to pronounce the Shrab on Maharaj Parikshit. And Shukadev Mahamuni coming to give Bhagavad Gita. I wish all of you Bhagwan Sri Krishna's choicest blessings. May you grow from strength to strength, prosperity to prosperity, joy to joy. And may you continue to experience all that which is good in life. Yatra Yogeshwara Krishno, Yatra Partho Dharutharava, Tatra Shri Vijayo Bhutir, Dhruva Nitir Mandir Mama, Ram Charana Chitanaire, Bhajora He Govinda. राम चरण चित लाई रे भजो जय सिया रामा कृष्ण चरण चित लाई रे भजो राधे गोविंदा राम चरण चित लाई रे भजो जय सिया रामा कृष्ण चरण चित लाई रे भजो राधे गोविंदा कीर्तन। राधा को नाम अनमोल बोलो राधे राधे, श्यामा को नाम अनमोल बोलो राधे राधे, राधा को नाम अनमोल बोलो राधे राधे, सूर्य गाय राधे राधे, चंद्र गाय राधे राधे, सूर्य गाय राधे राधे के सितारों से आवाज आवे राधे राधे, राधा को नाम अनमोल बोलो राधे राधे, श्यामा को नाम अनमोल बोलो राधे राधे, वृंदावन में राधे राधे, कुंज गगन में राधे राधे, बरसाने में राधे राधे, नंदगांव में राधे राधे, गिरधोवर्धन राधे राधे, ब्रह्मौरा से राधे राधे, दुर्गाकुंज में राधे राधे, सातगले में राधे राधे, मानगले में राधे राधे, सरोवर राधे राधे, राधाकुंज में राधे राधे, सिंहगढ़ में राधे राधे, मधुबन में राधे राधे, भक्ति बिहारी राधे राधे, राधा वल्लभ राधे राधे, राधा कांचन राधे राधे, राधे 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 राधे
At this point, I'd like to call on my eldest brother, Raj, who will be giving his closing remarks since he didn't get a chance to do that yesterday. So just to give you a rundown, my mother has 9 children, and each one of us has selected one night that's going to be very special to us. The entire thing is special to us, but that particular night. So we started from the eldest, and we're going down to the youngest, which is me. So I'll introduce you all to my brother. He will be doing his closing remarks, and then tomorrow, our eldest sister, Tia, she will be doing closing remarks. So I hand over to him.
Sitaram, everyone. It's so good to see all of you here today to join with us in prayers and to give thanks to the Lord and to share the nectar that Babaji has blessed us with. I hope that you all can find something in what Babaji has said today to apply in our life and better ourselves in the future. Again, I want to thank you all for coming and food has been provided. Enjoy. Thank you very much.
सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् ॐ शान्ति 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 प्रेम सो श्री रामचंद्र भगवान की जय श्री हनुमान जी महाराज की जय वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की जय सनातन धर्म की सनातन धर्म की सनातन धर्म की ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवत महापुराण की सब संतन की जय जय सीताराम राधे श्याम। Please do take आरती प्रसाद must be prepared by the Bridgelal परिवार भोजन and also